What if the darkest wizard in history never entered Slytherin? What if, on his very first night at Hogwarts, the Sorting Hat shocked the entire Great Hall by placing Tom Riddle into Hufflepuff? It sounds impossible. After all, Tom Riddle was ambitious, cunning, and determined. Everything Slytherin prized. But the Sorting Hat doesn't simply sort students based on who they are. It also considers who they could become. So what if it saw one tiny chance that a different environment might change his future? When Tom arrived at Hogwarts, he was already deeply troubled. He'd grown up in a Muggle orphanage, never experienced genuine love, and had begun manipulating and intimidating other children long before discovering he was a wizard. None of that disappears just because he wears yellow instead of green. But his surroundings do. In canon, Slytherin connected Tom with students from influential pure-blood families. It reinforced his fascination with blood status and gave him access to future followers who would eventually become Death Eaters. More importantly, Slytherin House celebrated the very qualities Tom loved most: ambition, power, and leadership. Hufflepuff offers something completely different. Its greatest values are loyalty, fairness, patience, and hard work. Prestige means very little there. Students succeed together rather than climbing over one another. For someone like Tom, it would probably feel frustrating. He'd still crave power, but he'd have far fewer opportunities to build the kind of inner circle he created in Slytherin. Would that stop him from becoming Voldemort? Probably not. Tom's obsession with immortality began after learning about his own family history and his fear of death. His discovery of Salazar Slytherin's Chamber of Secrets depended on him being Slytherin's heir, not a member of Slytherin House. He could still open the chamber. He could still create Horcruxes. Those choices came from his own beliefs, not his dormitory. But the timeline could change dramatically. Without Slytherin's built-in network of ambitious, pure-blood allies, Tom might struggle to gather followers while still at school. His rise would likely be slower, quieter, and far more secretive. Instead of becoming the charismatic leader everyone admired, he might become an isolated genius working alone in the shadows. Ironically, Hufflepuff might even expose his true nature sooner. A house built on trust tends to notice when someone refuses to trust anyone else. Students who value loyalty might begin questioning Tom's manipulative behavior long before teachers do. Dumbledore, who already viewed Tom with caution, could have even more reason to keep a close eye on him, and that's what makes this "what if" so fascinating. Sorting can influence a person's path, but it doesn't erase who they choose to become. So if Tom Riddle had spent 7 years wearing Hufflepuff robes instead of Slytherin green, would the wizarding world have avoided Lord Voldemort, or simply met him a few years later? If you enjoyed this Harry Potter What If, subscribe to Spellhaven, where one small change can rewrite the entire wizarding world.